Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt with 86. I like cradle charging mice, so of course I was going to look at this. Before Razer became the smugly intolerable company that they are today, they made a cradle charge Naga Hex mouse. Pay attention to that statement, people. That's how you upset the Razer fan base. And I loved that cradle charge Naga Hex mouse back in the day. I have seen a handful of cradle charge mice appear from Climb, Dare You, and LTC now has one. This is the LTC GM022 and it's pretty straightforward, so let's cut through it. It's a streamlined 5-button mouse from left and right click, scroll wheel, and forward and back on the left side of the mouse. There is no DPI button in the play hands range. It requires flipping the mouse. This is a bit old school, and I'm a campaigner for the slap the DPI button behind the scroll wheel kind of guy. You'll find that it's probably priced pretty middle-high range for something so basic seeming, so why the price? The $33.95 sensor is the answer to that. LTC could have skimped a bit and gone with something a little older that just kind of gets the job done, but they threw the PixArt Paw $33.95 into this bad boy, and here we are with this price point. In a way, the mouse might be undervalued. The $33.95, to my understanding, is meant to be the cure-all for some of the flaky previous variants and correct for some liftoff issues of the previous iterations. All the switches on the mouse are Wano switches, and they offer 80 million click. They also feel somewhere in that in-between stiff and light depression, sort of that middle-of-the-road Goldilocks depression actuation for me. Let's pause here and take a quick listen to all the buttons so you can hear what they sound like. I know that's important to some people, and some people just don't care, so skip ahead a little bit if you don't care. The GM022 can connect in 3 ways. Bluetooth, which offers the lowest polling, the highest battery life, but also not the best for gaming, 2.4 GHz, or wired mode. Using the pass-through on the cradle can shorten the distance for the 2.4 GHz transmission, and this is my personal preferred method. Pick it up, set it on the cradle when you're done, and if you ever forget and if you need to, swap to the cable and it can charge while you use it still. On the bottom of the cradle, and we've seen these types of cradles before now in pretty much every other version I've looked at, there's a small button to cycle a very limited amount of light functions, or disable the lights altogether if you don't want the lights on. There are 4 PTFE feet on the bottom of the mouse, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 1 right below the sensor, and it's a very lightweight 60-gram mouse, which makes it super comfortable to flick around. It's a very usable mouse by my standards, despite some of the top side lacking features that I mentioned earlier. The software is pretty basic, customizable, and straightforward. It's also very beta cookie cutter seeming and feeling. It offers some feature controls that aren't even featured on this mouse, such as mouse lighting, which this mouse has none, other than the charge light when you put it onto the cradle. This light will also indicate your battery life too. It'll be yellow, red, or green. I imagine the software will have improvements over time, but for now, have tempered expectations as to how well it executes things like macro modifications and profiles. Shortcut reassignments definitely make life a lot easier, but limited selections to where to assign that to pretty much leaves the side buttons and maybe the scroll wheel depression as the only true options to reassign. Like I said, I like this mouse. It has a place, and that place is streamlined simplicity for the efficient FPS streamlined user who wants a solid sensor and not much complication. I hope this overview was somewhat helpful and useful to someone. You guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next video that I do.